I'm back. This is again Brenda from the Pop-Up Homestead, and we're going to talk about the seeds that you should start indoors early and the ones that you can direct sow. And direct sow means you can take the seed packet, go right out to the garden and plant them. So there's a few things you need to know. First and foremost, what your growing season is. So some people live in like colder climates, Connecticut, New Hampshire, New York, and it's colder there, so therefore they're forced to start plants indoors. And if they start them indoors, that means that the growing season will be long enough that they can get a full harvest. So that's really why indoor seed germination came about and why they've been doing it. Mainly, for the most part, flowers, peppers, and tomatoes are the three big ones. Now, with that said, some seeds can be started directly in the ground because they're cold hardy, which means if they get a light frost, it won't hurt them. So that's the second thing you need to know. One, how long the growing season is. Two, if the seeds that you're starting are cold hardy or if they're tender. Okay, there's a tender annual and more of a hardy annual. And there's perennials for that matter too. Perennials means they come back every year. So you plant them once and you never have to plant them again. The third thing that's important to remember is the length of time each plant is going to grow. So, so now there's three things, right? How long your grow season is, right? Which means, what does a grow season mean? It means from last frost date to first frost date. So it's usually anywhere from April to May until September, October, depending on where you live. I mean, and if you're lucky, it could be April, could be your last frost date, and November could be your last frost date. So, or your first frost date. So I mean, you're really fortunate when you think about where you live. Climate has a lot to do with it. And if you live in a colder climate, that's okay. You just have to take extra precautions. So three things. Well, how long's your growing season? What are you growing? Is it a tender annual or is it frost hardy? And the third thing is, how long does that plant take to grow? So, the three things you need to know. All those things can be found, well, two of the three things can be found on the back of a seed packet. So here's some carrot seeds, right? On the back of the carrot packet, see the map? The map says zone map, which means it tells you what zone you live in. So when to plant them, right? Based on the color. So we are in the yellow, which is March to April. And if we want a fall crop, because you can plant in the spring and the fall, July to September. So I can plant these carrots March to April, and I can also plant them July to September. Can you see that? Okay. The second thing you need to know is how long do they take to grow? And right here it says 75 days to harvest. See where it says that all the way at the end? Right underneath the map, 75 days to harvest. The reason that's important is based on carrots, I know when they should be planted. I know how long they take to get to full growth. And all I need to know is, do I have 75 days in my growing season without a frost? Now, carrots specifically, brassicas. Brassicas include collards, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, things of that nature. Those are all cold hardy. So it wouldn't be it wouldn't matter if they got a light frost. Carrots are the same way. Most root vegetables are the same way because they're down under the ground and the soil keeps them a little bit warmer. Okay? So all the information you need is on the back of the seed packet. So what I have here is me personally, the way I do it is I have start early. So I have a baggie full of start early. So these are all start 8 weeks early. 8 weeks gives you that amount of time. You take your last frost date, you count 8 weeks backwards on the calendar, and you say, okay, 8 weeks from the last frost date is when I need to start my plants. So for example, and like I said, it's mainly peppers and tomatoes. You might want to start some other slow growing things. Here's some paprika, right? Very cool. Never grown paprika before, which is just a red sweet pepper. Here's sun gold cherry tomatoes that I saved from prior years. Oh, what else do we have in here? Onions. These are Romanian sweet pepper seeds. Those actually just sprouted this week, which is very exciting. Cayenne hot peppers. That's a Spanish cayenne hot pepper, so we can make hot sauce. Have hot pepper flakes, things of that nature. So this is my start early bag. So I went through all my seeds, and I thought, what am I going to grow this year? What needs to be started 8 weeks early? And I put them in this little baggie. And I have this other baggie, which is my direct sow or sow early bag, right? Which means they can tolerate some cold, because I went and I checked. It'll say right on it too. If you look, there's some seed packets. I have a lot of seeds. I'm kind of a seed hoarder, a little bit. So spinach. Spinach is a good one. Spinach actually likes to be started in the colder weather, and it does better. So does lettuce. So when you look, here's another Bloomsdale spinach. When you look at it, again, see the chart? And on the instructions, it says, instructions, partial sun with moderate watering, harvest in 40 days. So you can get spinach in 40 days. So 1 month, oh heck, you could fast that long, and then you'd have spinach. So planting time in my zone, which I look at my state and it's yellow, and then I look at the chart and it says March to April. It usually says on the packets, it says can tolerate a frost. So there you go. The back of the seed packet really tells you a lot of information. Here's another one that's new to me this year. This is lemon balm, right? And this is from Baker Creek. See, they put their information along here. So days to sprout, ideal temperature, seed depth, spacing. Is it frost hardy? See, that's important. Can it handle a light frost? No, it can't. So when you look here, it tells you how tall it gets, how wide it gets, and this is a perennial. So one of the first things it says on here when you look, see how it says perennial? One of the first things you're going to want to know is, do I plant this once and it comes back forever, or do I plant it every year? Because then you're going to need to know, well, I better save some seeds from this, right? Because I have to plant it again next year. So then you have to go and watch my seed saving videos, and I'll show you how to save seeds. So these are thorough green lima bush beans. And these are actually what they look like when you buy them from a feed store, because they come in bulk. This is something that a farmer would plant. Let's see if I can show you inside here. Can you see all the seeds in there? So you buy like a half pound or a pound at a time. So lima beans, being that these lima beans are bush beans, these are not cold hardy, so after the last frost, you direct sow them, okay? So, to reel it back in, I got the 2 bags, start 8 weeks early, direct sow. This is important, so pay attention. All seeds can be direct sowed. Nothing needs to be started in the house. The only reason you need to start stuff early is if you don't have a long enough growing season for it to work all the way through. So, what does that mean? What does that mean for you? How are you supposed to know? I mean, how's anyone supposed to know that, right? Well, this is a little grand bell pepper mix, right? Little southern bell pepper. So I'm looking at this. Harvest in 65 to 85 days. So 85 days. So let's say it's safe to plant these outdoors. It says in April. Okay? So I have April, May, June, July, August, September, probably October. That's 7 months. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 160. These only take 65 to 85 days. You know what that means? That means I can do 2 fleshes of these from seed out in the garden. Seed starting doesn't have to be difficult. It should be easy. God made it easy for us to grow food. We have to stop making it difficult. Take these seeds outside after the last frost, put them in the ground, let them grow. Put 1 or 2 seeds every foot. They're going to get big. They're going to produce peppers. All you're doing when you start them indoors is give yourself a head start. You don't have to do it that way. It doesn't have to be difficult. If you have a long enough growing season, let me show you what I'm getting ready to direct sow in my big garden. I have the colorful carrots. I have another nice orange carrot. I have one that has a red core carrot. I'm going to take all these carrot packets. I'm going to mix them together, crazy like a rebel, and I'm going to sprinkle them down a row. And they're going to grow us some carrots. Cucumbers. These cucumbers, where does it say on here? So, these are a tender annual. Tender meaning not frost hardy. Tender, not frost hardy. Remember that when you're reading the seed packets. Tender annual, 4-foot vines, 5-inch fruits, great for pickling, right? Good in all regions. This one actually, oh, here it is, 56 days to harvest. 56 days to harvest? You know what that means? That means in less than 2 months from seed, I'm going to be eating cucumbers. Why on earth would I worry about starting these indoors? I'm going to have plenty of time to drop a seed in the dirt, water it, and walk away. Calendula. I'm going to be direct sowing these seeds. Calendula is flowers occur in 40 to 50 days. I'll just start them directly. Pansies. Love pansies. Pansies are edible. Pansies taste great. Pansies are so cute. Oh my God. If they had cheeks, I'd pinch them. Anyhow, I digress. Are they frost hardy? Yes. That means you can plant them outside when it's cold out, when you plant your lettuce and your carrots. And you'll have pansies, and they're so cute. And you can eat them. Put them in your salad. Everyone will be like, "Ooh, you're eating flowers in your salad. Cool." All right. So let's see how long it takes to frost hardy. Yes, 6 to 12 hours of sun. And this one doesn't say. I do know that it takes about 30 days. It takes about 30 days to sprout. Another type of viola or pansy, right? Here's another one. Frost hardy? Yes. These are great for fall gardens. These are perennial. These come back every year. How great is that? Here's some giant sunflowers. These sunflowers are amazing. You plant them outside after last frost. They grow. I mean, see, this one is letting me down. It's not saying. I know for a fact you can direct sow sunflowers, and it takes 30 to 45 days, and you have sunflowers. Brussels sprouts. See, these are seeds that I saved. I saved them in a paper envelope. I made a photocopy of the information. So I have the info. Long Island improved Brussels sprouts, right? 7 to 14 days to sprout, 90 days to maturity. So 30, 60, 90. I need a full 3 months for Brussels sprouts. What does that mean? pretty much everywhere you live, you can grow Brussels sprouts. Now, I will tell you, Brussels sprouts and brassicas, they prefer colder weather. So either start them early when they're still getting frosts, or in the fall when you're close to your frost date. Because you can have a spring, summer garden, and you can have a fall garden. So that means you're getting twice as much food from the same setup. Now you're going to run into things like this. This is strawberry spinach. No information. From a seed swap. I know what it's called. I can look it up online. And I'm going to look up the two things, right? What are the two things again? One thing's never going to change, right? Which is, how long's your growing season? Depends on where you live. Your growing season. Second thing, you're going to look up online. You're going to look up and you're going to see how long does it take to get fruit from this, or edible flowers, or edible leaves, right? So how long till you can harvest it, right? So you're going to look that up. Then you're also going to look up, what's the other thing? Think about it. Wait for it. Germination. Just direct sow. Is it frost hardy? So you're going to look up, is it frost hardy? You're going to look up how long it takes to get fruit or edible leaves or flowers. And then the third thing you're already going to know, and it is how long's your growing season. Okay, we're doing good. Is this clearing it up? Let me know in the comments below if this was helpful, please. So I know if I need to do more videos like this or delete this one. Either way, I see a lot of people starting things that are cold hardy from seed and not starting things that need to be started from seed ahead of time. So I thought this might be pertinent to do. So this one, I'm really excited about this one. This is mini blue popcorn. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So this one's going to germinate in 5 to 10 days. 80 days to maturity. 30, 60, 90, less than 3 months. Get 6 feet tall. Not frost hardy. That's it. Wait till the last frost date. Plant it in the ground. All of these still need to be planted. I have so much work to do. But I'm stopping to talk to you. Because it's important. Because I want people to grow food. And I want people to survive. And I want people to thrive. See, here's the secret. See this? You know what those are? Those are collard green seeds. From collards that I saved last year. See the collards? Collards will overwinter, shoot up seed pods, and then you'll have a lifetime supply of collards to give to friends, to plant in the park, to give as Christmas gifts. Guys, growing food doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be expensive. If you save the seeds, you have that food for the rest of your life. It's that easy. Save the seeds. You never have to buy the seed packet again. Look at that. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. See all those little seeds in there? Those are amaranth. Amaranth, direct sow. Every single thing I'm showing you here, direct sow it. If you're in doubt, start tomatoes, start peppers. You can start onions if you want to. I think onions are frustrating, so I'm not going to talk about onions. Me personally. But just know, lettuce, I just started that in my raised bed. Lima beans, just started that in my raised bed. Nasturtium, just started those in my raised bed. This leaf lettuce, just started those yesterday. Pineapple ground cherry. Oh man, I can't wait to eat those. Those are going to be so good. Romaine lettuce. California Wonder peppers. Giant mustard greens. I put all of those in from seed yesterday. California Wonder peppers? You think, well, you gotta start the peppers in the house ahead of time, don't you? And if you look at my house, you would think you would have to, because I have a buttload of peppers started. But I just got these California Wonders because my other peppers, these, never germinated. Well, I got these from a seed library that wasn't being managed here in Tennessee, and the seeds are from 2014, so I don't know if they were climate controlled. I don't know how these seeds were treated before I got a hold of them, but I know they didn't grow. So I started these sweet bell peppers. And these are 70 days. 30, 60, 2.5 months. Think about it. Why not start it from seed? So many foods that we eat are super duper easy to start from seed. You know what else I found out? If you start it from seed, it reduces your workload. There's some buckwheat. I'm going to grow some buckwheat this year. I'm growing that to feed to my chickens and for sprouting. Here's some more amaranth and broom corn. That's all seed. I'm going to be direct sowing that. Probably pretty willy-nilly around my yard. I just like to see stuff grow. I got this one. This is new. This is a fava bean. So I'll be direct sowing that on the trellis that I'm putting between the two garden beds. And then I have a yard-long bean that I'm going to be putting there also. Zucchini, direct sow it. Summer squash, direct sow it. Watermelon, direct sow it. Look on the back of the watermelon. How long does it take? 95 to 100 days. Some watermelon don't take that long. Some take longer. You need to know. You need to know how long your growing period is. If you live in a colder climate, you know you don't have that long of a growing season. So just get a watermelon that takes 65 or 75 days. Don't get one that's 95 to 100 days. I have 100 days. Easy. I have an easy 100 days. There's more cucumbers. Dill. As you look, you're going to start saving the seeds and things are going to work out. Save seeds, grow from seed, direct sow. When people say direct sow, that means start from seed. So if you're frustrated, things aren't doing good in your little seed trays with your seed starting potting soil and your sunny window and your grow light and oh my God, you already invested so much money. Growing food doesn't have to be expensive. Get set up outside, whether you're going to do no-till or you're going to till. Regardless, you should mulch after you plant to keep the soil moist. Use something organic that's going to break down like grass clippings or leaves. Save seeds. Please save seeds. I beg you to save seeds. Save seeds from heirloom. If you're not sure how to save seeds, check my other videos. I've done a bunch of videos on seed saving. I talk about it way too much. I'm super passionate about it. I think everyone should save seeds. And for the most part, starting seeds directly in the ground is the easiest way to do it. And there's no reason to do it early unless you really, really have to. If you live in Alaska, or you live in northern Canada, or you live someplace that has a super short growing season, 1, you're probably going to have a cold frame. 2, you're probably going to want to have a greenhouse. 3, you're going to already know you have a short growing season. And you're going to be really, really examining what these packets say. You know? Really examine the seed packets, right? Old Tokyo. This is frost hardy. Yes, start it outside. It don't matter if it gets cold. It's so quick. 65 days. You're good to go. Guys, I encourage you to start more from seed this year. Don't be worried that you don't know what you're doing. Don't be worried that it's too hard. Keep it simple. If you've ever heard that term, keep it simple, slick. Take your seeds, plant them in the ground, water them in, Seeds get planted as deep as they are large. Tiny seeds don't go very deep. Big seeds get planted deeper. Plant the seeds as big as they are deep. So if it's corn, plant it the length of a corn seed. Okay? It's pretty simple. If it's a tiny little lettuce seed, sprinkle it on top. If it's carrots, sprinkle it on top. Then sprinkle some soil on top of that. I actually like to, for the tiny seeds, I water the area, then I sprinkle my seeds, and then the seeds stick to them. And then I sprinkle a little dirt on top, and I'm done. I might go over and push them down a little just to make sure that they have good contact with the soil. Make sure they don't blow away. But that's what I have to say on starting early and direct sowing. So keep in mind, save seeds, direct sow. Some peas. I started these peas like, I don't know, I saved these maybe 7 or 8 years ago. They're growing in my garden right now. Seeds last. Seeds don't have to be thrown out after a year. Growing food doesn't have to be difficult. Please, plant seeds, feed your family, save seeds for next year. Growing food should be virtually free. Break the purchasing cycle. Break the consumerism cycle. The cycle that you have to buy these seed trays. You have to buy special potting soil. You have to buy all these fertilizers. The fertilizers aren't even good for the soil or the earth. Use natural organic stuff. Hard boil an egg. Use the hard-boiled egg water. That's calcium. Save your coffee grounds. And then soak the coffee grounds in some water and water your plants, or sprinkle the coffee grounds around your plants. Banana peels, dry them, grind them up, sprinkle them in your garden, or make banana tea, right? Take the banana peel and then put the empty banana peel on the stove, boil it, pull out the banana peel, and water your garden with that banana peel water. I mean, guys, keep it simple. Grow food. Save money. Live in abundance. Share with your friends and family. Teach other people how to do it. Save seeds so you can give them away to everyone you know. Food abundance is what we were made from. We came from Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. Food was plentiful. Let's get back to that. If you haven't checked it out already, Back to Eden film. That's a no-till gardening method. It's a free movie you can watch online. I highly recommend it. If you want to ask me questions and get a hold of me directly, I'll put a link down in the description of this video, or you can look for me on Telegram, and it'll be Pop-Up Homestead Chat. I'll be happy to answer any gardening questions you have. I love seed swapping. If you want to swap seeds and you're like, oh man, I really wish I could have some purple pole peas. Long as they're heirloom. Don't save seeds from things like this. See how it says hybrid? See how it says 85 days? Do you have 85 days? You can grow this corn. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't save the seed from it. I'd much prefer grow corn like this. That's an heirloom blue corn that I can make into popcorn or blue cornmeal and save the seed from. But that's my personal preference. I got snow peas growing in the garden right now. All direct sowed. I'm not crawling around on the ground planting plants. Just drop the seeds, cover them up, water them in, and move on. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents on what to start early and what to direct sow. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, maybe share it with your friends and family. I just want to see people get through this hard time. And let's be clear, if you grow your own food, you know it's not filled with pesticides. You know it's all organic. Don't spray Roundup on it. If you do, don't tell me, okay? I just don't want to know. So if you're going to spray Roundup on it, just keep it your little secret, your dirty little secret. I don't want to know. Grow food, get healthy, share the food with your friends and family, teach them how to grow food, save the seeds, give them to everybody you know, give them as Christmas presents. Seeds are going to be worth more than gold. I'm telling you, this packet from True Leaf that I bought of these fava beans, I'll never buy these again. I'm going to grow these. I'm going to save a boatload of seeds from them. And now I have fava beans forever. And they taste good. So, anyhow, Brenda from the Pop-Up Homestead. Hope you found this helpful. Hope it wasn't too long. If you have any questions about gardening, I know it can be scary, tricky, seem daunting. It doesn't have to be. Do it. Fail at it. Succeed at it. You're going to learn so much just by doing it. I encourage you to start today. And yes, aren't my beautiful wildflowers great? Sean picked those for me. Thanks, Sean. He's such a nice guy. All right. Talk to y'all later, my seedy friends. Happy growing. Send me pictures of your green thumbs on Telegram. Bye.